Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, race fans, to the virtual heart of Georgia. It's racing night here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, part of the Trisha's Learning Center Gen 6 series here at Top Tier Racing. The digital pavement is hot, the engines are screaming, and the stakes have never been higher. Race 3 of 5 of the championship run. Let's go ahead and bring up the championship standings as we go into the race tonight. Leading the way still is Dylan Canova, part of Revved Up Racing at 1,107 points. Second place, the 71 of Kenny Cucko at 1079. Currently third in points, Christian Proctor with 1078. Close battle there. We will hear from Christian Proctor and Kenny Cucko as part of the pre-race show. Jacob Wilson in fourth currently, 1,072. And rounding out the top 5 will be Shane Wielden, 1,068. Jake Raven, 6th with 1,061. Nick Ruffini coming 7th into tonight, 1,059. 8th in points, J.D. Van Kirk, 1,057. Jeremy Gill, 9th in points, 1,056. We have Jorge Ledesma Jr. going to round out the top 10 in points, 1,049. Timothy Presley, who unfortunately was parked for the rest of the season, penalty pointed out, 1,026. And Latham Joyner, 1,024, which I heard that he is going to be back this evening. I'll have to see. I don't quite see him on track yet. Maybe he'll be back. We'll have to see. Anybody's race tonight, though. But let's go ahead and get some pre-race interviews. Actually, hold on, get ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and get the track information out of the way this evening. Track temperature here in Atlanta, also known as Hotlanta. Track temp 127 degrees, ambient temp 83 degrees Fahrenheit, 37% humidity, partly cloudy, 9-mile-per-hour wind. All right, now we'll get to our pre-race interviews here. Let's get our third place in points. The man, the myth, the legend, Christian Proctor. Get this here. Christian, Matt, up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Tell me, how are you feeling about tonight's race? You're coming in here third overall in the championship run standings. Tell me how you feeling about it.
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. It's my home track. Currently scarfing down some Taco Bell before the race, but you got me like mid-bite. But yeah, I feel pretty good, man. Looks like it's gonna be hot out there. Track temps up like 127 right now, so I think it's gonna stay kind of hot the whole race. Got to worry about tires and just work on thinking about strategy. So
Definitely, I would have to agree with you there. Just telling the chat here, also known as Hot Lana. You have any plans? You gonna go at her hard here in the beginning, or you gonna go tire saving from the get-go?
man, I don't even know. I never really go in with a plan. I kind of just run it and then see how it goes. So we'll see.
Hey, sometimes just wigging it is the best option. Take it as it comes. Man, before we let you out here to finish up your practice, anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
I just want to shout out the team, man. Mid-tier racing. Jeremy's helped us a lot. Appreciate Jeremy for bringing us together as a team and working with us. So I'm thankful for that.
I would have to agree. We appreciate you and all the mid-tier guys being here. And we hope you all have a great race this evening, and maybe we'll talk to you after the race as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. That was Christian Proctor in the 13, currently running third in points overall for the championship run. Proctor, oh, I saw this too late. The Proctor Turtle says he better win. I mean, he's been running good all season. He definitely has a good shot. Josh King, the best virtual racers, choose Taco Bell for their pre-race meal. I'd have to agree. You need the extra gas, says Robert Altman. Nice. If he has an unfair advantage tonight, we know why. All right, let's see if I can find here the number 71, Kenny Kucko. Is he out on track? Not currently out on track. Let's see if maybe he's in his car, though. We can still get a word with him here.
Tuesday nights.
Kenny, met up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yep, I got you.
Man, tell me, how are you feeling about the track, the car, the race tonight? You're currently second in the championship run, but only by 1 point ahead of the Proctor, and a little bit of a gap to Canova. Tell me, what do you think you got to do tonight?
I think you just gotta stay clean. I'm not a fan of how the car feels right now. Like, I did 2 laps on a single car run, and it felt tight to me. So, put us in a pack. I don't think it's gonna get any better. So I don't know. It's it's drafting. It's a plate race now, so anything can happen. So I think I might actually not qualify or go run a slow lap and just hang out in the back and let them either wreck or sort it out, and then slowly make my way up.
Oh, that's a bold strategy going in, yeah. That could work. I hear the track is pretty hot, and hot Atlanta can be quite detrimental at times.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's gonna be chaos, and that's just the product of this type of racing. So I guess just whoever can keep their car clean, that they'll have a good finish.
Yeah, I mean, no fast repairs, so that's definitely might play a big factor into tonight for a few racers. So I think your strategy of staying clean is a very good one, and hopefully it works out for you here this evening. Before I let you go, anyone you would like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, just gotta thank everyone in the league. Thank all our sponsors, Trisha's Learning Center. I gotta thank you for stepping in for broadcasting for the rest of the season with Royalty Network. But yeah, we'll try to go put this thing in victory lane for everybody.
Okay, man. Hopefully we'll be talking to you after the race. Good luck out there.
All right, we'll see you later.
There you have it. That was Kenny Kucko of Kucko E Motorsports, one of the admins that help out here at Top Tier Racing, along with myself and, of course, JD Van Kirk. Looking forward to this race tonight. Let's take a look at some of the lap times in practice here. We'll go ahead and get with someone out on track, bring up our timing tower, which is showing those guys in pit. Well, currently Dylan Canova, fastest lap time with a 29.79. Nick Ruffini not too far off with a 29.8. And then we start getting into the 30 categories, starting at Robert White and Patrick Gentner. Exact both 30.05. How about that? Currently taking a look at the 18 of Patrick Gentner. Got about 10 seconds left of practice, and we will hop right into qualifying. Folks, I saw some love for Shane Wheeldon. I saw some love for JD Van Kirk in chat. Have to keep an eye on them this evening. Anyone else? Any other fans we got? I saw that. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, fans of Shane, JD. Anyone else? Make sure you shout out your favorite driver in the chat. Shane's not sitting too far off in those championship run points. Still got this race. 2 more yet after this. Hoping for a good run for him this evening, of course. As part of the Royalty Motorsports team in here. All right, Jeremy Gill out on track. Got the privilege of racing with this man last night in a different league where he was able to bring home a championship. But congrats to him on that. Let's see what kind of numbers he can put up here. Oh, wrong button. Rooting for me, I'm up in the booth. I've already won it. I'm up here. See what his first lap time is going to be across the stripe. 30.689. First driver to put down a lap time. Proctor, 30.638. Nick Ruffini puts in a 31.05 for his first lap. Davis Shively with a 30.74. Proctor's second lap, 30.656, a little slower than his first lap. Nick Ruffini to the top of the board, 30.626. Now Jim Thorndike to the top with a 30.563. Jorge Ledesma with a 30.580. Dylan Canova with a 30.585. All really good lap times here. Jacob Wilson, 30.558, puts himself at the top of the board. Everyone just kept getting quicker and quicker. There's still a few cars out on the track putting in lap times. I'll have to see where they will end up. Shane Wheeldon currently first lap, 30.692. Second lap, 30.687. That will keep him in 10th place for now. JD Van Kirk crossed the stripe for his second lap. 30.6 flat. That's going to put him up in the top 5. Hello. Zach White currently now out on track. His first lap was a 30.802. Coming out of 4. We'll have to see what lap time his second lap will be. 30.691. That'll put him 12th currently. Jake Raven's first lap, 31.808. Across the stripe for lap number 2. 30.587, just outside the top 5. That'll put him in 6th position. Folks, if you notice on the timing tower, and if you have not been following along in the drivers highlighted in that top tier blue are your championship run drivers. They will also have the banners and tail fins in that top tier blue as well on their cars. About 30 seconds left to qualify. Looks like everyone's set in their lap times. We'll bring up that results graphic when it does become official. iRacings are official are just... Oh, look at that. I missed that at the end there. Patrick Gentner up to the top 30.54. Wicked quick. Yeah, I thought that he came out of pit right away. I thought I missed him just in general. Good catch there. Now just a little bit of a driver's meeting now. Weighing all the do's and don'ts, starts, restarts, cautions, all that fun stuff for this evening. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, Trisha's Learning Center being the title sponsor of this season. All our contingency sponsors, Marty's iRacing Paint Shop, Crispy C7, BSRL, Check 6 Motorsports, Mid-Tier Racing, Press Gas Haul Ass, Cucco E Motorsports, and of course to all the drivers who make this all possible, and to all the fans that watch every week and cheer on your favorite driver. Huge shout out to them. Oh, and I can't forget Premier Racing Setups, providing all the setups this season. All these drivers are on the same exact setup, but they are not the clunky iRacing setups that you normally have to race officials with. Another fun part of this season. I wonder if we'll have to see if we will see any 3-wide racing here this evening. If any of those of you that know me know, I'm not a huge fan of the new configuration of Atlanta. But it does provide some interesting racing, that's for sure. I'm excited to see what's going to happen tonight. Track temp's a little hot. We'll have to see you get all these guys together. This Gen 6 in air gets pretty tight. We heard Kenny say already in a single car run, he said the car was feeling tight. Let's see if ever anyone else kind of feels that way. Looks like driver's meeting going a little bit long. Put up a little poll here. How many cautions do you think will be in tonight's race? We'll leave it up until the first caution. We got a Kelly, welcome in. Good luck mid-tier. Jeremy. Rooting for Jeremy, all right. Give him a little love. He just coming off a championship win over in Hold Your Brakes Academy. Racing the Xfinity. See what kind of good... All right, we got people jumping into their cars. Go ahead and get into our Qualifying results here. 16 cars on the grid. Starting in P16, Kenny Kucko. That'll be Robert White in 15th. Zach White, no relation, in 14th. Shane Wielden firing off in 13th. Davis Shively going to roll off in 12th. And Robbie Miner starting 11th. Starting the top 10 will be none other than Jeremy Gill. Coming in 9th will be Christian Proctor. Starting 8th will be Nick Ruffini. And JD Van Kirk will be rolling off in 7th. Firing off in 6th place is going to be Jake Raven. To start our top 5 is going to be the 70 of Dylan Canova. Jorge Ledesma Jr. coming in 4th. Jim Thorndike in 3rd. Jacob Wilson in 2nd. And starting on pole, Patrick Gentner. Guys out on track. Get them all lined up. Ready to take the green. 100 laps of racing tonight. 80% fuel load. 4 sets of tires. And 0. Count that again. 0 fast repairs. Once your car is broke, it's either broke or you have to sit in pit and get it fixed. Which, as any driver knows, is not where you want to be. Current votes for the poll, we got 5 or under, and the majority 67%, 33% say 6 and over. All right, pace car is now down in pit lane. Green flag is out. We are racing here at Atlanta. Good start, both inside and outside lines. Inside line just working a little bit better right now. Gentner able to have a push ahead about a car length. They're still side by side, going through the corners. Completing our first lap in the 18 will lead it. 59 at Thorndike right on his tail. The 70 of Canova now jumping up front, or up top, not up front, excuse me. Thorndike decides to roll up top as well. Gets up in front of Canova. Is able to get a run, currently leading. Thorndike gonna lead our second lap here. So far, different leader each lap. Now Canova looking to get around Thorndike on the outside. Can he get it done? Well, we have 3 different leaders in 3 laps. Thorndike dropping down to the apron. Not sure what happened there. Maybe he got a penalty or something, which will put Canova as the leader of lap 3. So far, a leader each lap. Good, clean racing for everybody. Ooh, the 03 Nick Ruffini smacking the wall a little bit there. He's able to keep it going. Everyone playing nice so far. Canova will lead that lap as well. A little defense so far. Well, we've been strong, but look at that. Proctor now. Well, not now. He's been in the picture, giving everyone a little shove down. He says, let's go. Championship on the line. I want to get to the front. 100 laps to do it. 6 laps done already. Wilson is able to get to the front. Jorge jumps up to second now. Looks like we will have another new leader for this lap. Laps six about to start lap 7, so 6 laps in. 4 different leaders. So someone's smacking the wall. A little bit back there. They're going to have to not be doing that, that's for sure. The 03 Rafina, look at that. First 4 cars there on that inside row. Revved Up Racing. Got that inside row on lockdown. Gonna make everybody, it's gonna make everybody else have to get to the top. Good strong team of good strong drivers there. See now that outside line starting to dissipate. Everyone trying to get down to the inside. Seeing a little bit more bobbing and weaving out of these cars. Only 9 laps in. If the tires are starting to go already that quick. Gonna be interesting. We'll see. Ooh, the 69 getting really loose. We saw him fishtailing there going through the corner. That, of course, is Marty White. I said Revved Up Racing has that inside line on lockdown. If anyone's going to get past them, they're going to have to do it on the outside. Some of these guys may be on different teams, but if they're going to want to get past that team up front, they're going to have to work together. Jake Raven getting a little loose coming out of 4. Smacks the wall. Now they're going to be 3 wide a little further back here. They're able to sort back into line here, keep it going. It's like that outside line. These cars are looking like they might be a bit to handle here. Now I see Revved Up jumping to the top line there. Jorge Ledesma Jr. now out in the lead. Christian Proctor now looking to the outside. Revved Up, jumped up to that top line there, allowed some other guys to come through. Now Proctor's going to lead at the line. So many different lead changes so far here. We got Kelly in chat saying 3 cautions after the halfway point. We'll have to see. You know, I could definitely see after the halfway point. I mean, this is the championship run. These guys are going to start making some bolder and bolder moves. So far, everyone's been playing pretty nice. Current leader, Christian Proctor, going to go ahead and lead another lap here. Revved Up Racing boys, though, just all in his rear view. That's all he's going to see. Now we got the 51 of Wilson looking to the outside of Proctor. Is he going to get the move done? Wilson will lead that lap back and forth, back and forth. There's been some pretty darn good racing here up front. It was pretty packed up tight. We're starting to see a little bit of separation. Great run on the outside by the 03 of Nick Ruffini and the 70 of Dylan Canova. Raffini's now going to lead a lap. I believe, yeah, every member of Revved Up Racing has now led a lap here tonight. Talk about a power team. I have to put up some wanted flyers for these guys. No, seriously, these guys are some good racers here up front. Christian Proctor, though, he's hanging on right there. He says, man, now I got to try and figure out a way to get back around these guys, these revved up guys grouped up. Again, they definitely had a good defense a little earlier on in the race. A little bit more spread out now, though. Be able to pick them off here one by one. Robbie Minor now making his way up into the top 5. Our second biggest mover of the evening. Actually, our biggest mover is currently in the lead, the 03 and Nick Ruffini. Not far behind, now making his presence known too. Shane Wielden side by side with the 4, Jeremy Gill. Starting to make some speed now on the outside. Looking to the outside of his teammate there, Robbie Minor. 19 laps down out of 100. Proctor's starting to try and make some moves or gain some headway on the outside line. Side by side currently with the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. Oh, 83 Shane Wielden blinking a little bit. Hopefully that was a one-time deal there. Still side by side with the 44. Let's go back and take a look at some other side by side. Here we got Robbie Minor falling off a little bit there from where we saw him just a moment ago. The 03 Nick Ruffini getting a little loose. The 13 with a killer run right behind him. Afraid he may have had to kill his run there to not run into the back of the 03. It's unfortunate, but great racecraft. Plenty of race yet to do it. 13's obviously fast, making it work on the outside here. For Jeremy Gill, trying to make his presence known in the top 5. Whoa! Like the 03 had to slow way up for that corner. Well, it's caused some chaos. Everyone was able to get through. Now the revved up guys who were holding the top 3 spots now 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th. Christian Proctor's gonna be leading across the stripe this time, followed closely by Shively and Gill. See revved up, they got their composure back together. They're on the charge back up front. Proctor doing a good job leading up front. Kind of playing a little bit, trying to keep both lines at bay. It's like the speed on the outside is starting to come in on these longer runs. Inside's got better entry, but coming to the middle and the exit, the outside line seems to just have it. See the 51 of Wilson now making his way back up. Going to dive down to the inside in front of the 4 of Gill. Now side by side, battling for second with the 85 of Shively. Kind of loses it on the back stretch there, going into the corner. So the inside line seems to do better on the entry, but the middle and the 13 into the wall a little bit. Not bad, but I'm sure that scrubbed a little bit of speed. Now we see the 51 of Wilson putting his car out back out front. For Gill now looking to take over that 2 position. Wilson in the lead now with the 4 of Gill in the hunt. Definitely within striking distance. See the 51 able to be glued to the bottom there through the corners. You see that draft come into play on the straight there. You see the 4 catch up to him now. It's all about carrying that momentum from the draft into the corners. Especially a place like this, it may look like a super speedway. Kind of races like a super speedway, except for when you get into the corners. It's not just an all-out like a Talladega or a Daytona. The 4 of Gill now looking to take the lead away to the outside of the 51 of Wilson. Can't quite get it done. Wilson will lead that lap. Gill had a good run, just wasn't quite enough. He's going to get a little help now from his teammate, the 13 of Christian Proctor. Ooh, the 03 washes up a little bit. 4 got a nice run through that corner. Some great battling going on here up at the front. Gill now looking to inch his way out front. He gets a car length out in front of him. He's got a teammate's help behind. So far, Wilson looked like Gill was ahead at the line for that lap. Gill needs 1 lap here. Go back through the field, look a little bit. We got a lot of side-by-side action. Kenny Kuko, who, we heard him say that he wasn't going to qualify. He did start at the rear of the field, currently running 8th. Still picking up positions here and there. Jeremy Gildo still trying to solidify the lead over the 51 of Jacob Wilson. Ooh, hard hit with the wall with the 4. Jeremy Gill. Doesn't look like he lost a lot of speed. He's able to keep it going. Real test will be the corners here. Looks like his car still must be handling good. Maybe it looked harder than it was. Peter says in chat, the way they are running, if someone sneezes, there will be a wreck. Yeah. So far, it's made for some good racing back and forth. It seems like they may have calmed down here a little bit now. Jeremy Gill able to get out to the lead again on that outside line. Seems to be kind of where he prefers to be. Him and his teammate got a good thing going. Ooh, you see the 53 getting loose there. Got up into the wall. Able to keep it going. No contact, no caution. Still green flag racing. 35 laps in. Not sure what the fuel run is looking like for this evening. Did not get the memo on that, but at some point these guys will have to pit if this stays green. See Kenny Kucko back here making some moves, getting up to 6th place now. Got his teammate behind him, the 59, a Jim Thorndike. Gillen Proctor now controlling the inside and outside lines. Kenny Kucko just moving on that inside all the way up to 3rd now. He's looking to get himself out front here tonight. See, Marty White has come into pit. Robert Miner and J.D. Van Kirk as well into pit. I wonder if there was some contact there between them. Kenny Kucko now looking to take over 2nd. Kenny's getting good runs in these corners. He's thinking, man, if I could just get past this guy. But there's just nowhere for him to go. Right now, he's got 2 mid-tier drivers, one in front of him, one to his outside. He is boxed in. They just, at this point, you just got to run your race, and hopefully the other guy makes a mistake. Move opens up. Try to force something here this early on. Would not be the play. J.D. Van Kirk and Robbie Miner still in pit over 2 minutes now. Kenny Kucko, oh goodness, move to the outside here. Look away at the other timing screen for a moment. Makes big moves to the outside. Kenny Kucko in the 71 will lead that time by. Is able to go out, get in the lead. How can he hold on to it? For Jeremy Gill falling back on that outside line a little bit now. Didn't have no draft to help from his buddy in the 13's gonna hop back to the outside. He's like, hey, this ain't gonna work with him falling back and me up here with 2 Kucko E Motorsports guys. Smart move. He goes to the outside line, picks up his teammate. Now we got 2 teams racing against each other in the top 4 spots. Oh, Gill's gonna go to the inside of his teammate there. They're 3 wide. The 83 of Shane Wheeldon's gonna take advantage of that. Puts himself up into the top 3. And kind of single file now. Oh, he's looking for more. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get it done without any help. You'd have to do a lot of side drafting and doing a pretty good job holding on. Battling with the 59 here, Jim Thorndike. Kelly says in chat, what just happened? Referring to the mid-tier guys. I'm not quite sure. So then they just dropped back. The 83 was not able to get the move done. He's going to slot back now. Gonna go back to the inside now. Gonna leave the 4, Jeremy Gill, out to say, hey, you left me, so I ain't gonna help you. Lap 46 out of 100. No cautions yet. Knock on wood. Some good green flag racing the way God intended it. Jeremy Gill now trying to get a good run going on the outside. Trying to get a little bit of draft as much as he can. Peter in chat says Shane is moving. Yes, he is. Currently sitting in third, a good place to be. It's like him and the 4 of Jeremy Gill have been kind of not helping each other out. And I don't think that's maybe the smartest thing to do here. They got 2 Coco E Motorsports drivers in front of them. If they want to get around, I think it'd be better for them to team up. But we'll have to see how this goes. Everyone's starting to get pretty spread out now, at least single file, no more side-by-side action. I see some more people coming to pit. Davis Shively, Christian Proctor, and Zach White all coming to pit lane. Oh, the 83 just blinked a little bit. Now we're starting to get some big gaps here. Getting a big gap between 3rd and 4th, and between 4th and 5th, also another big. Let me see Shane blinking a little bit. Hopefully that goes away. Robert Altman might be getting close to some green flag pit stops. I agree. Oh yeah, I'd have to assume. Yep, here we go. I see the 83 coming down pit lane now. Thorndike's still out. Kenny Cucko's coming in late. I don't know if he's going to get a black flag for that. I think you have to enter in 3 for the pit lane here. Josh King, I missed it. Did Shane pit? Yeah, he just went into pit. Jim Thorndike, Patrick Gentner stayed out. The rest of the field is pitting. Jim Thorndike now coming to pit along with Patrick Gentner. David Shively, Christian Proctor currently out on track. They pitted a few laps ago. It looks like Shane Wheeldon's going to win the race off a pit lane anyway. Welcome in, Timothy Presley. Let's go revved up racing, he says. Welcome in, Rena Bloom. A little late. Hey, better late than never. Got some good racing so far. Yeah, you do enter 3. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Kenny, it's going to be a... Ooh. Going to be kicking himself in the butt for that one. Coming across the line, though, it's going to be Christian Proctor as our new leader throughout this pit cycle. Right behind him, the 83 of Shane Wheeldon. Then we have the 85, Davis Shively, and the 70 of Dylan Canova. All good, strong drivers here. We did half this race green flag racing. Can we do the other half? Green flag. I see some more votes being put in for the cautions. I'd have to agree now, being this far in, 5 and under. I think that is going to be the winner. unless something crazy happens. But look at that, Shane Wheeldon out in the lead. Can he hold on to it across the stripe to get that bonus point and lead in a lap? He's got the 70 of Dylan Canova hot on his tail. Canova's won the past 2 races, looking to dethrone him. Cautions do breed cautions. We'll see as ooh, excuse me, sorry. I did see in that last shot there going through the corner that there are some cars ahead of our leader here. And to see how they, there they are. These guys are laps down. About to be another lap down. They're able to get out of the way and let these lead guys go by and race hard. You know, tuck in, grab their draft, and try and ride around with them. Davis Shively rounding out the rear of this lead pack group. This is the closest act. Well, Nick Ruffini, Jorge Ledesma Jr. making a pass. These guys currently running 9th and 10th. That was 10th and 11th, sorry. Nick Ruffini looking to work with Jake Raven here or get past him and work with his buddy, teammate, Jacob Wilson in front of them. Lead cars still riding nice in a row. We have between 4th and 5th is a 6-second gap. Those pit stops really threw a whole nother factor into it. That's why I love green flag racing. It's, you know, no stage. Not that stages don't have their place. I do, you know, I enjoy the stage racing as well. But I always love the no stage, green flag. Who's got the best car, the best crew? Wouldn't that be something if you could level up your pit crew somehow, or maybe if you get, you know, some way, maybe they could implement that with the penalty system. You have a bad pit crew if you're a bad driver or something. Anyway, Shea Wheeldon still out front. Dylan Canova second. Christian Proctor third. Davis Shively fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Jim Thorndike. Too much going on. Anyone vote for no caution? You know, I thought about putting that up as an option too, but I was like, there's never no caution. I mean, there's always a caution somewhere. Wheeldon extending his lead a little bit all by himself. Hopefully he's not burning up the tires too much. In fact, the guys behind him may be trying to save some tire for when it really matters towards the end. But to see how this plays out, I'm kind of excited. Everyone's pretty spread out here. Canova electing to dip back. If you are asking about Kenny Kuko, I'm going to have to say yes, because he is now currently a lap down. Two laps down even. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure that's what his, I wish this program I have actually does not tell me the black flags, unfortunately. I'd have to go in afterwards, it tells me, but. Second to fourth gas save. I think so too. Gas saving, tire saving. Make sure you have enough. Robert Altman says in chat, I think 2 to 4th are in gas saving mode. I agree. Not too much action. While we have a second, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors of Royalty Racing Network here with a quick commercial break. Side by side. Welcome back, everybody. Of course, always thank you to our sponsors, SM Racing Products and Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. Back to the action here. The 83 of Wheeldon doesn't quite have the comfortable lead that he had before the commercial break. I think second through fourth is no longer trying to do any gas saving. Proctor's looking to ride the tails of the lap car of the 71, Kenny Kucko, try and get by the 83. Doesn't look like he's able to do it. Or he was just trying to ride the draft. Oh no! Oh, 83 glitching. Back at it. A few blinks from him here or there, little hiccups. Lap 69 out of 100. Top 7 cars on the lead lap. Robbie Miner and Marty White both out of the race. More blinking from the 83. Hopefully that doesn't continue to happen, folks. There is not much else going on here. We got this little group here. It looks like Jim Thorndike, Jeremy Gill, and JD Van Kirk all working together there. Jacob Wilson, Jake Raven, Nick Ruffini, another little pack, Jorge Ledesma, Patrick Jettner. Of course, Kenny's up here with these leader guys. Kenny's actually 13th. Not a whole lot going on. Let's go on board with the 13, a Christian Proctor. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go with the gyro cam. These guys got, you see the 77, the Zach White there. He is currently one lap down. Make that only now the top 6 on the lead lap. Oh, you see the 83 blink out of existence in front of the 13, the Proctor. He's got a little bit of space from the car behind him there. Of course, that is the 85 of Davis Shively. That Ford Mustang. Kenny Coco now electing to stay up high. Gonna let these lead guys go by. The 77 smartly is tucked down on the tail end, catching that draft. Guys still playing nice for now. These laps are ticking down, ticking down. Nothing worth fighting over yet, but we'll see who's been able to save their tires and who hasn't. The sun going down, I bet you the track temps are definitely cooled off. Means way more grip for these drivers. Nothing too crazy going on anywhere else, just riding in line like this as we see Proctor might have been able to get a run there coming out of 4, but looks can be deceiving. 24 to go. I wonder who is going to try to poke their head out, make a move first. If we're going to see the typical super speedway finish, where it's going to be coming out of turn 4 with 1 lap to go. So we got 22 laps to find out. This still could be anybody's race from these top, what do we got up here? Top 4 drivers. Whelan and Proctor both desperately need a win here this evening to have any hopes of taking the spot from Canova. Canova wins here. I don't know if there's anything anyone else can do. We'll have to see. 20 laps to go. Robert up, and well, hopefully everyone has saved some gas. I hope so too. They probably only needed to save a lap or 2 Peter Slowick says, well, this is a little nerve-wracking. It is. You want your boy to come home with the dub, 19 to go. If only it could just end now. But still 19 laps to go. And a few people that want their shot yet. 13 a Christian Proctor, 85 a Shively. Not in the championship run, but still would love a win all the same. And of course, the 70 of Christian Proctor would love to get a win here this evening and pretty much solidify his championship. One's racing good. The rest of the field pretty spread out too. Shane Wheeldon, though, out here leading laps. 17 laps left to do. Sun is setting here in Atlanta. Have to imagine that sun is pretty bright coming out of 4 down the front stretch for these drivers right on their windshields. It's the calm before the storm. Once Proctor decides he needs to make that move, Shane Wheeldon's gonna have to be on his game with the defensive moves while keeping his momentum. And of course, the guys behind him, behind Proctor as well, are also gonna be fighting to get past both of these guys. Keep it smooth. I agree, Peter Slowick. Keep it smooth. Backpack catching up ever so slowly. You are right. Jim Thorndike and them now only 2.4 seconds from the main pack. And that time keeps dropping, I might add, at a significant rate. Already down to 2.1 seconds between 4th place and 5th place there. Well, it shows so different on the timing tower. I see that it shows 2.3 for you guys. Well, that's to the leader. That's why. Okay, sorry. Yep, to the I'm looking from 4th to 5th. Down under 2 seconds now. Could they carry just all the speed and blow past everybody? Wouldn't that be something? We'll have to see. 13 laps to go. These guys are closing in fast. Have to wonder if these front guys have also slowed up due to, like you guys said, hopefully have enough gas. We'll see. Maybe these other guys saved early and pushing hard now. It's about to get spicy with 12 laps to go. The two packs are becoming one. Coming into turn 3 and 4. 51, Jacob Wilson running super high, hits the wall a little bit. The 71 of Kenny Kucko thought about maybe running that high side. Here comes Canova to the high side now. It's gonna get crazy. Here we go, back this pack racing side by side. Gonna have to play some defense now. We got the teammates of the number 70 of Dylan Canova and the 51 of Jacob Wilson working together on that outside line. The 83 of Wheeldon just had no draft help from the 13 of Proctor. Was not able to do it. He's going to have to fight for it back here now. Dylan Canova, Jacob Wilson, P1, P2. You see the 71 of Kenny Kucko up there. Unfortunately, he's 2 laps down. What a change of events. That second pack was way back. And then with 11 laps to go, here we go. Brand new leader, revved up racing, back up in it. The 51, Jacob Wilson. Let's give this a little refresh. Sorry, but I'm going to try refreshing the thing here. Oh, that's why I'm confused. My apologies. Wilson's a lap down car, technically. Leader, Dylan Canova. Shane Wheeldon in second. Wheeldon's got to get around him. Gonna have to get some help from somebody. And he get it done. Our leader is that white and pink number 70 car. His teammate in front of him, Jacob Wilson, currently in 7th, lap down. Everyone's gonna be fighting hard. Nothing too crazy at the front. Little side-by-side action here. Proctor falling back to 4th now. Jim Thorndike up in 3rd. Bunch of lap cars in the mix, making this interesting. Some of these lap cars are battling amongst themselves too for position. Shane Wheeldon, if he's going to do anything, it's got to happen soon. We're coming to 5 laps to go. Now we're coming into some lap traffic slower cars. They're going to have to split them down the middle. What a wild finish here. Not even finish, closing laps here. 5 laps to go. The gap now between Canova and Wheeldon growing. Everyone fighting for the last positions that they can. Jake Raven currently running 7th. Looking to the outside of Wilson. That's, or not Wilson, Wheeldon. That's not for position. Three laps to go here at Atlanta. You voted 5 or under. Definitely correct. We'll go ahead and end that poll. That's for sure. Did Wheeldon? Oh no! Did Wheeldon have to dip down? Wheeldon has to dip down into pit with 3 laps to go. Looks like he did not have enough fuel. No. Unfortunate. He was up there racing hard. It looks like Canova out front, 0.3 second. Jim Thorndike in that red, white, and blue American stripe decal Sycamore Chevrolet. Looking to try and get a push up there. Here we go. One more time around. End this one. And Kelly, yes, first race of the season, caution free. I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to acknowledge it to the end. Some battling here for 2nd and 3rd. Shively looking to get it. Shively looking to the inside. Looking to make a run. Can he? Oh no! A little action between Shively and the 03 coming to the line, racing hard. Davis Shively gets 2nd position. What an ending. What a great race this evening. They had a bunch of lane changes. Good green from start to finish. We had great pit cycles. We saw this second pack now come from way far back and totally shake up the whole ending of this race. Shane Wheeldon is going to end up finishing 9th place. He had a great run, just didn't quite have enough gas to make it to the end. Boy, oh boy, what a great race tonight, folks. That was a good one. Congrats to Dylan Canova. We'll be talking with him later, of course. We'll get him up here for an interview. But first, let's get with our third place finisher. Well, once they all get into the chat here. Jim Thorndike coming in third. He hasn't had the greatest of season. It hasn't been the worst, but it hasn't been the greatest. I tell you, that was a good one. All right, if we could get these drivers to the respective channel. Dylan Canova, though, coming home with another win. That's going to put him way up in points. Let's go ahead and bring up that graphic one more time here. Going into tonight's race, this was before the race started. Canova already had almost a 30-point lead over Ken, and now that's going to be even more so now. That's for sure. Let's see here. I guess I might have to get in chat. I gotta have the Jeopardy waiting music or whatever. Do. All right. Oh, no. All right, there we go. All right, we got our third place finisher. Let's get him up here. The number 59, Jim Thorndike. This is Matt up in the booth. You got a copy.
10-4.
Man, tell me about that finish and just the whole race, man. Tell me what are your thoughts coming out of this one tonight? You're able to come home with the P3. Walk us through it.
Well, I had a thought of trying to get a starting spot up front. And when I qualified third, I was like, okay, I'm going to go hard for a couple laps and try and get to lead a lap. And then so I get that extra point. And then I was going to drop to the back and ride so I could miss cautions. And I was just going to let it play out. And I saved fuel. And I was able to save to get to lap 51. And other people had to pit early. And then I just kind of worked my way up and saved my fuel. And at the end, I tried to make a charge. And I guess lap car got up and kind of blocked me a little bit. And I still came home third, and I'm happy.
Yeah, great finish tonight. I mean, not in the championship run yourself, but dude, great racing tonight. I know you kind of got tangled up a little bit in other people's baloney this season, but it's good to see you come home with a podium finish. Before I let you go ahead and shout out all your sponsors and people you want to thank.
All right, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, DeKalb Sycamore GMC. They pay my way to do this, and if you need a car or service, give us a holler. I'd like to thank you for broadcasting. You do an excellent job, and I'd like to thank our military for protecting us so we can do this week in and week out. And my teammates, Kuko Motorsports. Hell of a team.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. You guys were looking strong tonight. We look forward to seeing you back on track next week, and who knows, maybe we'll be talking to you again.
Yes, sir. We'll give it a shot.
All right, that was our third place finisher this evening. Moving on to our second place finisher, the 85 of Davis Shively. Dave, Matt, up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, I'm right here. Calling for Dave. How you doing, man?
Yeah, doing great, man. You coming home with a P2 tonight. Tell me about that last little charge at the end and just about the race in general. How'd you feel about it?
It was a fun race. Pretty much after the pit stop, we were pretty much fuel saving most of the time, fuel and tire. And then at the end, when it was time to go, I just kind of tried to hold my line and not kill everybody. Worked out pretty good.
I'd say so. Great run there at the end. I mean, great run just in general. We saw you up front a bunch tonight, right within striking distance, and you're able to come home with the P2. So congrats on that. Before we let you go here this evening to celebrate, anyone you'd like to shout out and thank?
Caught me off guard there. I'd like to thank my mother for putting me on this earth. Other than that, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem, buddy. Always gotta thank the moms. All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you back here next week, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
There you have it. That was our second place finisher, the 85 of Davis Shively. Great run for him this evening. Here he is again. The number 70 of Dylan Canova. Dylan, Matt up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, Matt.
Back up here in the winner's circle again. Feel like we're becoming great friends with after all these interviews, and man,
Could know each other pretty well.
right? I tell you, man. Tell me, how do you feel about tonight? No cautions at all tonight. All green flag racing, and some separation until the very end. About lap 12, those two groups got back together and made a charge, ultimately shaking things up.
Yeah, it was interesting. Actually, it was better than I thought. I figured it would just be, a single pack all night, just kind of tight, couldn't pass. But it actually burned the right rear off the car pretty good. So it actually kind of made you move around, and you couldn't just hold it to the floor. So that was nice. I know a bunch of guys had pit road issues there on that green flag pit stop, and I don't know how I didn't get a speeding penalty, but it worked out. And then after that, it was just fuel save, and then they got to us right at the end. So it shook it up a little bit there.
Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that second pack, to be honest, but also they just came trucking through. You're able to hop out and kind of catch that momentum and get back up to the front. I tell you though, you and your teammates strong performance throughout the whole race, really. But at that beginning of the race, you guys had that inside line on lockdown for quite a while. So good job racing for you and your whole team this evening. Before I let you go ahead and thank all your sponsors and all that.
Yeah, gotta thank you for being up here on the broadcast booth and giving a show for everybody to watch. All the admins for putting this on, Trisha's Learning Center for coming on board and helping support the league so we have a place to race. Everybody over at Revved Up Racing, obviously that was huge tonight with the teamwork, so can't thank those guys enough. You've got Victory Fuel, Forest by Dennis, Circle W Farms, the No Names, and just everybody who makes this possible for us to come out each week and give us a place to race and see if we can't go for another one next week.
Heck yeah, man. We look forward to every week seeing you guys out on track. You're definitely a force to be reckoned with. And, I have a feeling I'll be talking to you again next week. So we'll see you then, brother.
I hope so. Hopefully I'll see you then.
All right. Have a good one. All right. That was our race winner, the number 70 of Dylan Canova. Tell you that's 3 now. He is gonna be set. It'll take some catastrophic events, I feel, to knock him down off of points, but you never know what's gonna happen. We still have Bristol on the schedule. That's next week, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be crazy. You know what? Short track racing being so late in the season too, gonna bring out some great racing, I feel. And probably bring out some more rivalries or maybe some payback for some things early in the season. You never know. But folks, don't worry, the fun doesn't have to end here. I may be signing off for the night, but Joshua King is currently broadcasting the SCSRA ARCA series right now. Go back to our Royalty Racing Network page here. You'll be able to see the other link with the other, the SCSRA picture. Go ahead, see how that's going. I'll be bringing that up. I'll be in chat. Come say hi there. Till next time. Oh, and don't forget to stop out Saturday or Wednesday, tomorrow night. I'll be broadcasting the SCSRA Next Gen series. And then Saturday night, Triple F Bomb broadcasting the Noma Next Gen series. And we do it all again next week. Till then, I am Matt Drafty Beef Everard signing off here at Royalty Racing Network. We will see you all next time.